Good afternoon. This is Ogle's Fish Room. This is my 75 that we're staring at right now. I'm going to do a quick. Well, I've been adding to my black neon collection school here, and I'm just loving them, I tell you. I just buy a few every now and then when I can find them. Yesterday, I found one that was in a tank by himself at one of the pet stores, and so I brought him home. They're really not very expensive. I almost want to say it was $2.29, which of course is terribly reasonable, I think. Anyway, these guys back there. You know, they school pretty well, but of course, you know, as they've gotten used to the tank and realized that nobody's trying to eat them in there, there's Siamese alligators over there. But you know, they're starting to spread out a little bit. There's a couple over here. See if I can. Well, you know, there's one or two here and there. Most of them do group up. But anyway, let me do a quick scan of my room here. I am going to try to make this. I promised myself I'm going to make a short video today. So I'm not doing any close-ups. This is just a quick scan of the room. Okay, these are all 10-gallon top fin column tanks. The reason I like these so much is they're 20 inches tall. They are fairly expensive if you don't catch them on sale, but their footprint down here is only 12 by 12 on the cabinet top, so they don't take a lot of room. I've got 4 on this particular cabinet, which I'm just thrilled about. Well, this is a separate little table here. That's why he's dropped down a few inches. Anyway, these are on one table. They come. It's a kit. They come with top lights. I of course add my own submersible lights that I prefer because I can change the colors. I like to do blue at night, white during the day. Anyway, we've got the 2.5 Aquarium tank over there in the corner. Another top fin, what's it called? Fascinate, I believe is the name of this particular tank. These are 10 gallons, but it looks bigger because of its height. This is a normal 10 gallon. I do have a divider in the middle so I can have two different, oh there he is in the back, two different beds, and I escape them a little differently. This is the 20 long, also with a divider in the middle. Now my dividers are made out of corrugated plastic. I think it's, if you looked it up, it's plastic corrugated board, something like that. It's usually used for signage because it has holes all in it. Basically, it comes with a little metal framework, if you will. You shove the metal part through the sign, you can put whatever you want on the sign, and then you can put that down in the ground. But you can get that at Office Depot, just about any place really. And it comes in a pretty good sized sheet, so I get several of these dividers out of it. There's a little red boy over here. I just cleaned the bottom of these a little bit with a siphon tube. Yeah, I missed that batch over there, or it was blowing around when I put water back in, one of the two. Anyway, okay, this is, now once again, that was a 20 long. Let me back up with the divider in the middle. Okay, this is a 5. I don't use this light. Somebody actually gave me this tank. It's considered a backlit top fin backlit tank. I don't care for it because when you turn it's very interesting because the whole back lights up, but everything becomes a silhouette because there's no light in the front. So I add a submersible light, which I really enjoy because I can change it from white to blue. Where did he go? There he is. That's the newest little boy there. Anyway, it's up underneath. I stick the suction cups underneath the lids, and of course you can put that wherever you want to, so you get more light on everything in the tank. It is just a little 5-gallon, as I said. Now, let's see here. Okay. Getting past that big mirror there. Don't want to see that, it's scary. Okay, now we got, this is the 20 high. It is literally 20 inches high, and but the footprint of a regular 20 inches long, 10 and a half deep, 12, normally 12 inches high for a regular, but this is a 20 high, and so this is 20 inches high. Okay, now all we had in here are the about 15 of the long fin black skirt tetras. Okay, go down here to the bottom. We got some, if you look, we've got the 2 angelfish in here. And if you look real close, you can see some little babies swimming around. Okay, I'll back off a little bit. Okay, now, in every one of these tanks, let me see if I can, I have, and the purpose of this video is talking about these oh boy, sponge filters. Okay, let me see if I can get a better picture here for you. Okay, there's the sponge filter. It's basically a tube, comes down and turns up here with the intake tube here inside the sponge. The sponge just easily slides off, and I clean it and put it back on. As you can, the thing I like about these is when you attach you can see the little tube attached there. When you attach the air tube, as compared to the normal sponge filters that have been around since forever, this inside here turns these bubbles into very tiny. Not only do I like that, but then the tube takes it up to the surface. This is a kind of slides inside this other tube, so you can bring it down, put it in a small tank, you can pull it all the way up, and then it's got a kind of like a periscope, but it also, the outtake, you can turn and make it any direction that you'd like. You can see what it's doing to the surface, a lot of surface agitation. Now this is really the main reason for this video. The thing, now, no, I'm not trying to sell these. I have nothing to do with that. I usually try to be very careful about not trying to promote anything in the way of products. This particular sponge filter, however, I just think is fantastic. I'm going to show you the, hold on a second, okie dokie. I am going to bring my spotlight over here for a second. Bring that down. Might go blind when I turn this thing on. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Now, here's the number of these. I think if you look that up on eBay, KY-2821, it's called a biosponge filter. There you are. Okay. Here's one in a package. Now this is actually an old one. This one, I'm not sure, it's probably been over a year, but the one with the white, these were a little cheaper, and they kind of reached a point where they weren't, I don't know, something clogged up, they weren't putting out the movement that I wanted. And the ones that I buy now are black. This part, the PVC part, is black. And I'm holding on to this because I want to save the sponge. And I am sorry, I seem to be having a hard time with this. Anyway, okay, there it is. I want to turn this out because it's making me blind. Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. Anyway, the point is that I've got one of these in every single tank in my room here. Now, I have one in here, which is a very short tank, but that's the thing I like about it. It comes in the package short like this, but it does telescope out, and you can, extend it to wherever you need to. This is as short as it gets. You can see it there. The agitation on the surface, I think, is fantastic. But the reason I'm doing this video today is I cleaned every one of these today. I started at one end and pulled out. I don't pull the whole thing out. Here's one you can see easy. I lift off the top. I put my finger on the top of that PVC outtake right there to hold it in, and reach down with my other hand and pull up this sponge. Some of them have one solid sponge, others have two smaller sponges. Anyway, I pull those out. Usually, let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. These little buckets here. Where are we? There we are. Okay, this is from the dollar store. $1.25 for the darn thing. Okay, it's got a little handle. It's not, it's not anything too spectacular, but I buy a lot of my things from the dollar store actually for my fish room. But anyway, so I will put that up there, this little bucket, and I will pull up these sponges, put them in there, take them to the bathroom or the kitchen sink, and keep squeezing until they're totally clean. The reason I'm pushing this today, or telling you about this, I guess it's something I haven't really thought of before. I think sometimes I just clean one here, one there, and whatever. Today, I decided I was going to do every single one of them. So I'm talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tanks here. And that took some time. But my point is that when you simply would not believe, because I clean these sometimes, I'd say every 2 weeks, might stretch out to a month, but not very often. And I simply could not believe the amount of dirt coming out of here. So why I'm pushing the sponge filter, I don't care what else you have, because I have outside filters on everything. On my big tank, I have canister filters and giant outside filters, but also canister filters. But anyway, the point I'm making is that these filters just do an incredible job. I think a lot of people that have not ever used the sponge filter don't realize how fine that sponge is and what it's taking in. It's taking a lot of waste and impurities out of the water, and it's doing a good job of breaking it down, giving the good beneficial bacteria a place to live and grow. And I believe all that's microscopic, so even if you're squeezing the pudding out of these things, I don't believe you're getting all the bacteria out. Plus, bacteria lives on every surface in your tank. Okay, so if you just, because there's some people that you'll listen to about sponge filters, oh, well, don't do them all at once, or don't clean them too much, and blah, blah, blah. That's a bunch of pooey. Anyway, every surface in this tank, I'm talking sand, leaves, wood, even the glass, has bacteria on it. So it will replenish itself. Unless you were starting, bleaching the tank, you're not going to get rid of the beneficial bacteria in here. So I think people are, being a little paranoid about that sort of thing. Anyway, all I'm saying is it kind of shocked me. Maybe I'd gone a little bit over 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure, but when I would take these sponges into the kitchen or the bathroom to clean them out, run them under the water, it was just solid black. It was just like, whoa. Again, usually I'm more up on this stuff. I'm cleaning my things a lot more often, and I don't usually see it that black. I don't usually see it that extreme. So today, when that happened, I was just like, okay, I need to share this a little bit, because my goodness, I just think the sponge does a lot more good than, and they're cheap. I mean, seriously. But I think it just does an incredible job. You can find these on eBay. They come in all different sizes, all different shapes. The only thing I will push a little about these, let me get back over here, is, where am I? Okay. Goodness. Okay. Is the elbows here, the fact that it brings the water up to the surface, and let me get back to one you can see. There it is. Okay, you know, it's the tube is pushing the air down and creating a suction through this sponge. Of course, we've already explained what the sponge is doing itself, but then it's the air bubbles coming back up through the tube is creating a serious suction, which also does a wonderful job on surface agitation. And as I said, I kind of turned mine kind of toward the opposite corner of the tank. Anyway, I'm getting into too many details. The point simply is these are very versatile. The thing I don't like about the old style, where it's just the tubes cut off way down near the sponge, is that the bubbles come out huge. It's just like gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. It's very noisy. You're hearing the air pumps in this room more than you'll hear those bubbles. And also the directional, it creates more movement by having it come up through a tube all the way to the top. So there's just a lot more going on here with this particular style. Now I had a little bit of a hard time. I think they're running out of this is a single. You can find all day long, all over the place on eBay, doubles, and that's simply the same mechanism. It looks exactly the same, except it has two of these intakes with two different sponges. They're still not expensive. They're under 10 bucks. You may even find them for a lot less than that if you buy 4 or 5. I'm amazed how the price goes down. But at any rate, if you have room in your tank, there's nothing wrong with the doubles. I personally like these single, what I'm calling single. Just has one single intake there on one sponge. But some people like the doubles because if you are paranoid about getting rid of, cleaning out all your, let me move over here, cleaning out all your bacteria, some people will take, one side off and clean that and leave the other one alone, and then wait a few days or a week and then clean that other side. If you can do that if you have doubles. I haven't noticed any problem with the way I'm doing it. Anyway, okay, I'm shutting up now. This is Ogle's Fish Room signing off. Hope you have a wonderful day and a happy new year, all that mushy stuff. And I apologize once again for taking too long on this video. I wanted it to be short and simple, but it just doesn't seem to be in my nature. Take care of yourself. Thanks for visiting Ogle's Fish Room. Ogle Warfield signing off. Take care. Happy New Year.